Welcome back. We are starting with breaking news right now in what the FBI is calling a terrorist bombing at a Palm Springs fertility clinic.
We now have the suspect's ID, so we're going to send it out to KCAL News reporter Elise Martinez live outside the Palm Springs Hospital, where some of the patients were taken. Elise, can you tell us more?
Hi, we had to move locations. We are on the other side of the crime scene, but we do have new information for you this morning. According to two law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation, we have identified the suspect as 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus. He's a resident of 29 Palms. It's home to a large Marine base about an hour's drive from Palm Springs. We've also learned that the suspect stated in writings or recordings that he was against bringing people into the world against their will. That's also according to the sources familiar with this investigation. The bomb has been identified as a large vehicle-borne improvised explosive device, and as we've been reporting throughout the morning, its blast could be felt more than a mile away from the blast zone. Investigators have also searched the suspect's residence, those sources telling us as well. And the bomb targeting the American Reproductive Center here in Palm Springs, the director of the lab says it's an IVF lab that helps with fertility treatments. He says buildings were damaged, but staff and embryos survived the blast. But again, the suspect has been identified as 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus. He's a resident of 29 Palms. And again, that's about an hour's drive.
That guy's going to be burning in hell. That's for sure. Crazy acts. You know, people have certain views in this world, in this country, of what they like, what they don't like, or anything that's controversial, I should say. Nobody should be taking things into their own hands and blowing things up because they think they're doing right by doing what some people believe to be good. The majority of people do not want to see people dead or have the opportunity to give people rights to choose to kill people. In this sense, I'm speaking on mothers deciding to have abortions. In my personal opinion, I believe that unless the mother's health is at stake, should be an exception to having an abortion, as well as incest and rape. Those three things should be the only exception to a woman deciding to get an abortion. Anything else, I think it needs to go through the courts. You should fight it through the courts. Because who's to say a woman doesn't want to have children but gets pregnant because she chose not to wear protection or take extra precautions, and the man wants to have children? If the man wants to have children and she doesn't, but she chooses to abort them because she chose not to take the extra precautions or not have sex entirely to prevent it, then the man should have a legal right to claim his kids that he helped create in this world. That is my opinion. I'll be probably getting some flack from people, in the comments about this. You have your opinion and I have mine. I've been through a personal situation where that's why I speak on this and why I have these three exceptions, because I've encountered certain things in my life that made me believe this way. There's women out there that want to have sex and have children and then last minute decide not to because their significant other cheats on them or does something, and then they decide to change their minds 2-3 months later into the pregnancy and decide to get rid of their child, murder their child, their unborn child. And then I hear everybody on the far left, these crazy ass people on the far left, trying to sit here and have debates and arguments about when does life start? The heartbeat, the brain, when the brain starts developing, when the baby actually pops out of the woman. Like, there are so many things. The moment a woman finds out, the woman and the man, the woman herself finds out that she is pregnant, it is already predetermined that there will be life. In 9 months, the baby will come out into this world and be a human being. We already know what it's going to be. She's not giving birth to a duck or another animal. It's going to be a human being. And between that time, the moment you know you're pregnant to the moment you have that child, you should know that in between that time, you do not get to dictate to murder that unborn child. That's my opinion. You shouldn't have the right to do that. And then you hear other people on the right, the conservatives and Republicans, argue back against these crazy leftists that say, well, it's basically a brain dead baby that doesn't know anything. Okay, well, what about an old person that gets Alzheimer's and they become brain dead and they're a vegetable and they're sitting in the hospital living off of a machine? Should we start killing and murdering those people? Because that's the same logic these crazy left people try to use. And I don't agree with that. That's some negative, dark, satanic crap, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I'd appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.